Okay. Next is stimulants. So, what are stimulants? So, stimulants are drugs when taken into the veins, uh, s- goes straight into the bloodstream and immediately increases the energy level of the body. So, some stimulants which people take is like ADP, adenosine monophosphate phosphate. Uh, some people also, coffee is a stimulant. Coffee and tea is a stimulant. Okay, so these are some types of stimulants. Next, anabolic steroids. So, like I told you 5 minutes ago, that steroids taken for development of sports or enhancement of sports is anabolic agents. Okay, what it does is basically it boosts the testosterone level of the human body. Okay. So this is it. Next is injury and first aid. So what is injury? Uh, soft tissue injured, soft tissue injuries. Very important. Every year it comes. Contusion. What's a contusion? What's abrasion? What is strain? Okay. Uh, what is a grade 1 strain, grade 2 strain, grade 3 strain? Okay. So just go through this once. These questions are very important. Uh, Prevention of how we can prevent soft tissue injuries, better sports environment, modification of rules, proper warming up, adequate fluid intake, correct techniques. So different types of uh, ways of soft tissue injuries. Okay, to prevent soft tissue injuries. Sports. What is a fracture? What is a broken joint? Okay. What is a hairline fracture? Just go through this also. What's a dislocation? A dislocation happens in joints. Okay. So dislocation won't happen everywhere. It will happen only in joints. Shoulder joint, elbow joint, knee joint, hip joint, ankle joint. So dislocations take part there. Okay, takes so dislocation. What's sprain? What's first aid? Again, what is first aid? What is meaning of first aid? Why is first aid important? Okay, so why is first aid important? How we can do different types of first aid. Okay, first aid for various sports related injuries. So different types of injuries, different types of first aid. So go through this also once. What is cramping? Okay, why do we have cramps? Okay, body is not stretched properly, lack of stretching, lack of mobility, enough of fluid not taken. So you don't drink water or juices or milk. So uh, fluid intake is less. Okay, so that's why we have cramps. So what's the first state of cramps? Okay, what's a fracture? So bone injury. What's the first state of fracture? What's the first state of dislocation? Application of splints. What are splints? Okay, how splints are basically uh, small pieces of wood bind together to help not to aggravate an injury. So you have a dislocation in the knee. So they put sprints, they tie up your knee, and then you go to hospital. Okay. CPR, cardiopulmonary. Okay. So CPR, very important. What is CPR? Where where is CPR done? How is it done? you have to be a CPR expert. Okay, so you have to be a CPR expert. So how do you compress on the chest? What's your counting? Okay, so what's CPR? Rice. Oh, again, a very important question. Rice. So what is rice? Post injury, rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So once you have an injury, so it's rest, icing, compression, and elevation. Okay, so that's it. These are the questions. If you go through, then you are through. Okay, so out of your 70 marks, 40 marks is over. Then come to 30 marks of questions. 30 marks cricket and football. Okay, so what types of questions normally come in cricket and football? So firstly is measuring. What's the measurement of the ball? What's the measurement of the ground? Okay, uh, what's the measurement? mm, different measurements. Okay, so go through all the measurement work. So what are the measurements? uh, Say football, cricket, basketball, whatever you think is appropriate. Okay, so go through that. uh, some questions like personal hygiene. Okay, how we do personal hygiene, cut our nails, uh, comb our hair. Okay, so different types of personal hygienes. uh, Now come to some questions of football and cricket. What is meant by kickoff? So in cricket, in football, what is meant by kickoff? State four situations where the game starts with a kickoff. So four situations where the game starts with a kickoff. Explain what is offside, what is drop ball. Write five duties of the referee during a game, a football game. So five duties of the referee during a football game. In a game of football, what is meant by added time? What is extra time? So suppose there's an injury, it's called added time. Suppose there's no goal, uh, score is 1-1, or say 0-0, a time given is called extra time. Okay, what is meant by a throw in? So what's a throw in? What's the process of a throw in? So these are a few questions that you can see. uh, Draw a football ground. So draw a football ground. Mention five compulsory equipments used by a football player. So five equipments used by a football player. Explain what's goal kick. When is a goal kick awarded? Explain what's IFAB and what's AIFF, All Indian Football Federation. Okay, and IFAB is International Football Association Board. Okay, the head office is in Zurich. Okay, so what is meant by wall formation in the game of football? State the important technical area in the games. Give by specification. What is direct free kick? What is indirect free kick? Okay, explain what is heading. Explain what is goal area. Okay, uh, what is substitution? What is substitution? Uh, how many substitution can a team take in one match? Okay, what is the circumference and weight of the football? Question came in 2015. What's the width and the height of a football goalpost. So 8 feet by 24 feet. Okay. What's the size of the box? Inner box, outer box. Okay. So these are the questions that you go through. Duties of the referee. What are duties of the referee? What are duties of a linesman? What are the duties of the coach during a match? Okay. What are the do's and not doing? So do's and don'ts of the coach during a match. Okay. So these are different questions. What is golden goal? What is tiebreaker? List four important football tournaments. Okay, what is kicking, heading, tackling, dribbling, goal kick, penalty kick? So all these questions go through. Okay, next come to cricket. So rules of cricket. What are the different rules of cricket? Ways in which the batsman can be dismissed. So how many ways a batsman can be dismissed? Say caught, bowled, leg before wicket, run out, stumped, handle the ball, time out, hit the ball twice, hit wicket, obstruction of fielder. So in all these ways, the batsman can get out. So duties of the officials and the umpires before and after the match. So umpires, third umpires, duties of a captain, duties of the coach. Uh, in batting, what are the different shots? So defense, drive, cut, edge, glance, pull, sweep, hook, okay, reverse sweep. In bowling, what are the bowling variations? So pace bowling, spin bowling. In pace bowling is swing, okay, reverse swing. In spin bowling is off spin, leg spin, uh, off cutter, googly. So different types, okay. Then catching and throwing skills. What are the catching and throwing skills? Uh, how do you call for a catch? There two people go, you shout my catch, okay, my ball, you take the catch, okay. uh, Now where do you take the catch? Exactly in front of the eyes. So just here, you take it here, you'll miss the catch. You take it above, you miss the catch. So exactly best position is as close to the eye as possible. What are the different fielding position? Long on, long off, mid off, cover, point, silly point, gully, third slip, second slip, first slip. So wicket keeper, okay, fine leg, square leg, mid on, okay. So these are different fielding position. What are wicket keeping techniques? So positioning, stance, taking the ball, footwork, diving. Okay, skills of getting batsmen out. So what are the skills of getting a batsman out? Work on intelligence, guess, set the field accordingly, be suitable. Okay, use spinners from both ends. Okay, laws of cricket. So what are the different laws of cricket? A match is draw. When the match is draw, what's the law? Follow on, what's the law? Okay, very important, very very important. Duckworth Lewis. Okay, what is Duckworth Lewis? Declaration, uh, power play, and fielding restrictions. Okay, uh, occasions when can an umpire call the ball no ball? So what are the different uh, occasions where the umpire can call it a no ball? Okay, arrangements needed to be conducted for a tournament. So what are the arrangements needed to conduct for a tournament? Some fundamental dimensions. So what is the fundamental dimensions of the cricket ground? Okay, terminology. So what are different terminologies? All out, all rounder, appeal, back foot shot, bails, ball tampering, bat, body line bowling, boundary, bump ball, cut, dead ball, duck, direct hit, extra run, extra players, fast bowling, four or boundary, full toss, follow on, googly. Okay, see different terms of cricket. So this is it, or different tournaments of cricket. So this is it. I have approximately told you everything. So go through it, give a brilliant exam, and have wonderful results. Best of luck.